What's up, everyone? It's October 17th. Do a quick update on the duck impoundment. If you remember the last video I planted the impoundment August 22nd, so we're roughly about 2 months in. We've got some seeds. Some of it's doing great, some of it I'm a little bit disappointed on, but I'll show you some images. What I think happened is I got a good bit of rain and I had some standing water, a little bit too much, so I think we had some that drowned out. And then we went into a hard dry spell, and I think the others kind of just starving for water now. But what you're gonna see is the crop, what it's done itself, no fertilizer, nothing whatsoever. Behind me, what I've actually planted, this was the Egyptian wheat, the taller stuff that I planted for cover crop. So as you see, it's doing excellent for that. Another couple of weeks, and I've got some that I planted earlier in a different place, and it's already almost head high. But I kind of got this in a few areas, not all of it came up. This is one of the better spots. If you look right here, this is some brown top millet. This plant was the more drier based plant. Where it was competing with the Egyptian wheat, it really kicked butt and took off. But all out here in this area, we've got a good bit of brown top millet coming up. All of those little seed heads that you see, that's the Japanese millet. Typically it gets about this tall, but I think I had too much water on it. Survey of everything. So this is some brown top. This is the buckwheat plant that these did really good early. They took off well, and this is Japanese millet. Everything's producing a seed head. It's just not as tall. So I jumped to the opposite end of the duck hole. This is just a pristine image of the two different millets and how they should look throughout the entire place. But here we have got the Japanese and then the brown top. This did really good right here for whatever reason. These bigger leaf plants that you see, this is the Egyptian wheat that's still coming up. If you look this way, in my previous video, my four-wheeler was parked over there. The dryland area, it didn't really do that well. If you remember on that Turner seed bag, it had a mix of Milo in there. There's obviously no Milo that came up in the wet portion. Some of it did come up out here in the dry portion. It's just really spotty. But if you just look back here at the wet hole, you see how low the millet is compared to where I was just standing. But at least it is all putting the seed out. But that's a wrap. I'll maybe do another update in a month or so, right when we get ready for duck season, if I've got some water, and see what it looks like later on. But this is my duck hole and my millet crop for the year.